past about how your wife has been on the biggest stages before and you seek her advice in these moments. What is she telling you about what it means to prepare to compete for a championship in this place?
Well, what she's told me is to enjoy it. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, and really just leave everything out there. Believe in yourself because you prepared for it, and most of all, just enjoy it, everything that comes with it.
It seemed like in the last couple of games without Giannis, something flipped in terms of your aggression. You were just attacking the basket in a different way. Is there something mentally that you're telling yourself when there is someone of Giannis's caliber missing, as you're trying to sort of psych yourself up to, as Chris said, by committee, fill this gap?
Yeah, just to continue to be aggressive. No letdowns, because the way Giannis plays, there are no letdowns. He's continually going to the basket, being aggressive on both ends of the floor, and he brings so much to this team, and he does so much for us that I feel like having losing that would really be hard for us. So just continue to be aggressive from minute 0 to 48.
Jim in the back.
Hey, Jrue. Couple of quick ones. You'll see Torrey in a different uniform. How unique is that? I know it was a short time and he was hurt and there was some of that stuff, but what do you recall of those practice battles maybe? And do you expect to see him maybe across from you? And
no, I'm happy. I'm happy for Torrey. I'm excited to see him. Again, even him, us having conversations during the year, wanting to get to this place, and he did it not with us. He did it with a different team. But happy for him. He's out there playing and fighting for the same thing we're fighting for. But would love to beat him.
You said, and as Brooke just walked out, saying like to stay in the moment, but knowing there's work to be done. You mentioned that after Atlanta. Have you done anything just in this last, 12 hours to sort of, I don't know, did you take a picture or something? Did you try to see something in town where you're like, okay, this is the finals, and let yourself have that before work? That makes sense.
I've tried to sleep. Okay. I've tried to sleep and recover. We're literally home for like, I don't know, more than 6 hours, but I'm exaggerating, but something like that, where we hopped off one flight and hopped on another one. So really just trying to prepare for game one.
Mark in the front, right?
Drew, two-part question for you. What did it mean to you that you were one of the finalists for Kareem's Social Justice Champion Award? And what does Kareem mean to you personally, knowing his efforts on that front as well as his history with the Bucks organization?
Yeah, he's a legend in more than one category. Obviously, basketball-wise, me going to UCLA and me growing up a Laker fan, and then me playing for the Bucks. Like, it's actually really, really cool how connected we may be. But I think just what he's done for our community, what he's done for basketball, is huge, and that's something that I look up to and something that I try to follow suit.
Dwayne?
Jrue, obviously you played for Coach Williams as well, and I just was curious if you can maybe recall those experiences. Coach was saying that, you had injuries during that time, but he said when you were ready, when you were available, you got the job done. What was it like playing for Coach?
Great basketball mind. Great basketball mind, especially when it comes to basketball. But off the court, he was a great person. He treated everybody kind of like a son. He was more of a father figure, and really cared for each one of his players. And I feel like that's what I cherish most about the time there. Yeah, I was hurt, but so many times when I was hurt, he could relay messages to me about him being hurt and sharing those moments. So he's been a great person for me in my growth and being a pretty good basketball player.
Back left.
Hey, Jrue, how did every team that you all have played thus far on this journey prepare you for the matchup ahead with Phoenix?
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of different looks. Miami, a team that plays pretty fast and really relies on threes. They were huge in the first round, and then we had that 7-game series with Brooklyn, which was exhausting. But some of the best scorers in the league on one team, and really having to test your individual defense. And then we had Atlanta, where you have one great young star, and then you have guys who rebound and go to the rim. A couple other young guys who are going to be great, but really tried their best to go at us. So I think we had a lot of different looks where this team, the Suns, I feel like they're great in transition. They play super fast. DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder, they go to the rebound, they go to the boards, and then you got that individual Chris Paul and Devin Booker. So it's actually prepared us pretty well for this moment.
Yeah, when you talk about it like that. Lastly, I know at the beginning of the season you were bringing your guitar on the road. What's the status with that? Do you bring it to the finals or?
No, I did not. I'm locked in. I brought my Normatech.
Fair enough. Thanks.
Eric here.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on?
You talked about the individual defense. Obviously, that's going to be Book. That's going to be Chris. Just for you as a defender, are you thinking about different things with each of them? I know they have like similar kind of characteristics, being good in ISO, being able to hit the mid range, but like, is there different ways that you approach them?
Yeah, they're different players. You just really have to know their tendencies, what they like to do. I think everybody's watched Chris Paul play as a little kid. Not saying he's old, but we've seen him play a lot, and he gets to his mid range, and he's great at his mid range, especially in the pick and roll. And Book is great in the ISO, going left or right, pull up. He's athletic, so he can get to the basket too. Just attention to details and try to be as solid as possible.
I remember I think it was the first Lakers game you guys played this year. After the game, we had talked about the idea of like switching and you guys trying to get better at it. You guys switched 1 through 5 in the last 2 games of that series. Like that is a huge transition, a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Just what have you seen from that perspective that you guys can be in the biggest moment of the year comfortable to do it?
I think that comes with chemistry and it comes with trust. I think all of us at some point found the trust in one another, knowing that guy guarding the ball is going to do his best and going to be as solid as possible. But it takes more than one person to guard somebody. We found that out with Brooklyn. I mean, KD was going ham, but when you got somebody like Trae Young who went for 48 the first night and progressively we feel like did a better job every game since. It takes a team effort. It's not just one guy.
For you guys, it feels like getting better as the series goes on has been like a real big priority. How do you actually build that? It seems like it's something that'd be difficult to do, right? Like they're getting to know you better too, but you guys have seemed to be able to do it.
I think it's being able to pay attention to adjustments, being smart, being able to read the game. But I think attention to details and being able to make the adjustments and then actually go out there and do them is huge for why we've felt like we've gotten better every single game in the series.
Go to Peter for a couple questions on Zoom.
Okay, next question will be from Christos Saltas.
You're doing well. What are the advantages of the Milwaukee Bucks in that series against the Suns? And for you personally, what it means the situation that you are 4 wins away from your first championship?
The first one was the advantages we have. Honestly, I think it's our defense. I feel like defense wins games, and the way that we've been able to play defense has been proven to help us win games. We've played some mucky games and low scoring games, but our defense came through. And man, I'm just excited for game 1. We got to take it a game at a time. It's game 1 on the road too, so it's kind of us against the world. But to get these 4 wins it isn't going to be difficult, but really excited for it.
And the next question and last question will be from Maria with Deportes.
Maria, you may be muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, Jrue. First of all, congrats for making it to the NBA Finals.
Thank you.
I was wondering, what do you think will be the keys for this team to stay mentally and emotionally motivated and resilient during these NBA Finals against the Suns?
I think one of the keys is just looking back and reflecting on what we've been through this season, what we've been through in the playoffs, and then looking at our goal. Everybody on our team has had the same goal, and we're so close to reaching it. And I feel like that's enough for us to focus in and try to get these 4 games.
Thank you, Jrue.
Thank you.
This concludes the session for today for Milwaukee.